Hi, my name is Emily. I am a faithful follower of Christ, and I'm addicted to sugar, flour, and binging. And that is my intro because that is the Celebrate Recovery intro. And I am going to celebrate recovery tonight. I'm pretty excited about it. It is an opportunity, a kid-free opportunity for me to worship and be in the presence of not only God, but other people doing the same thing that I'm doing, which is seeking healing for their hurts, habits, and hang-ups. And I love the idea or the truth behind the fact that that's all of us. We all have hurts, we all have habits, we all have hang-ups, and what a blessing and a joy it is to tackle those shame-free. So I'll be going to Celebrate Recovery tonight. I'm so glad because I just need it. I need support and I need opportunities to worship God. He's so good. Okay, so this video, I had no intention, by the way, you guys, I had no intention of making a video today. I almost never have an intention of making a video. My son said, "Is this a vlog?" I said, "No, it's not a vlog." And I said, "I don't want to call it a vlog because I don't want it to be a daily vlog or a weekly vlog." And I never say, "Hey, I put out videos every Friday." I don't want that kind of commitment. But I just have things that I'm happy to share that I think might help or encourage someone in some way. And again, this is mutually beneficial. So you guys love and encourage me, and I love and encourage you, and it is a positive feedback loop that I'm happy to be in the loop. Speaking of the loop, I want to share this. Erin gave me some awesome, excellent advice that she got from a coaching call in the boot camp, in the Bright Line Eating boot camp, and such practical advice about one way, a very powerful way to potentially manage binging in our lives. And I want to direct you, if you are interested in her practical tip that she, again, got from a coaching call in the boot camp. I think, Erin, I think I'm getting that right. Look up underneath my recent video called Analyzing Last Night's Binge. So up underneath that is Erin's super helpful tip that, Erin, again, I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for you to type it all out, and then anybody that's interested can go find it there. I actually have your name written on my hand to be sure to mention that in this video. Also, let me show you something just if you're interested. Lent. I love Lent. I love, in case you haven't noticed, I love periods of time to focus on certain things. So Lent is just that, just like Advent before Christmas. Lent is 40 days leading up to Easter, leading up to resurrection, the resurrection of Christ, and certainly a way for us to focus on and be in remembrance of what God did for us, which was came down here and became human. And when I used to teach little first and second graders, I used to jokingly say that, can't you just imagine God looking down here going, "Oh my gosh, it's a mess. I need to help them get to me." And he said, "Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it." And I would tease and laugh with the kids, saying that I just jokingly imagining God saying, "I'm going to have to wear diapers. I'm going to have to be a baby. Oh my gosh, don't make me do it." But he did it. He did it for us, and he did a whole lot more than wear diapers. He died a painful and powerful death on the cross. And even Jesus himself asked God, "Are you sure? Could we maybe not do this? But your will be done." And it was God's will, and Jesus did it, and he said, "It is finished." So the wages of sin is death, but the gift of life, I believe that's Romans 6:23. If I'm wrong, I will scroll the correct verse there. But the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life in Jesus Christ. So he has paid the wages. He has paid the price. We can be, if we choose to be, debt-free by accepting that gift of salvation. So, having said all that, Lent is such an awesome way to focus and spend 40 days offering something to God as the tiniest token, just a gesture that He gave so much for us. We can give something for Him. So I missed Ash Wednesday. I didn't even think about it, but it was, I don't know, we were probably right in the middle of that ice storm. I don't even remember. But it surprised me when I realized, oh my gosh, we're in the midst of Lent. So for anybody interested, I wanted to show you this. Lent is Wednesday, February 17th, all the way through Saturday, April 3rd. And I just made this. I'm going to get my whole family involved. I will be giving up YouTube and any other videos except for worship music. So, and then keep in mind, I did not know this, but my pastor and his wife were telling me this does not count. Or I should say Sundays, you can have these things. I don't know why, but on Sundays we can have them. This is a Monday through Saturday commitment. Clara, I'm so proud of her. She decided on her own she's going to give up playing on the iPad. Wow, that's a big one. And I almost wanted to discourage her from that because I was like, oh, girl, that's going to be a big one for you. But she said, I can do it. I can go outside and play with the dog, and I can play with my toys. And, oh, who am I? Who am I to get in the way of her and her relationship with her Creator? So, this video, let's see here. Also, if you stick around to the end, or fast forward, whatever, or stop watching, whatever you do what you want to do. I was going to say, if you stick around to the end, that always sounds like I'm trying to make you stick around. At the end, I'm going to add some pictures of me embracing newness last night at the shoe store with Mary. So Mary told me the other day, she said, Mama, can I get some sneakers? And I said, what are sneakers? What do you think are sneakers? And she said, a girl in my class has them. So I took her to school and I asked the substitute teacher, I said, can you help me figure out what Mary thinks are sneakers? And I said, Mary, find this little girl. And then the sub texted me pictures. So what Mary calls sneakers, hey, she's spot on too. She's right. Are little Converse shoes. So Mary wanted herself some Converse shoes. So we went last night, and as far as embracing newness, I tried on, this is number 3 in my top 5 most practical tips for people wanting to lose a significant amount of weight. Embrace newness. So, in an effort to embrace newness, I tried on some Converse, and I tried on some bright ones because I'm all about bright here on this bright line eating journey. I also tried on some Crocs. Shout out to you, Maria. I didn't buy either one. Honestly, I didn't want to spend the money, and I thought all these kind of fun shoes will be more fun when it's not so muddy out. So anyways, there'll be pictures at the end of me trying on some fun shoes and Mary with her adorable little sneakers. Okay, so this video is me making work fun with Clara. So we found a way to make work fun, and I needed to make it fun because I got to get stuff done before Friday. Franklin's having a big birthday bash, a big basketball birthday bash. Also, my teenage son was having a hard time accepting his current workload, and it's heavy. It's hefty. We have guys that come stay and work on the farm from South Africa, and they can only stay 10 months out of the year, and they are not here right now. So much weight is on my boys. And while they are fortunately getting paid for it, my father-in-law does pay them, it's hefty. And it's a little bit more than I'd want on a 16-year-old and a 14-year-old. However, it's good for them. And I told them, you guys are getting an unexpected workout. You're getting a trip to the gym, per se, that you didn't ask for. But I said, let God work in you. As you complete this work, let Him work in you. Don't miss this opportunity to be changed. So I was telling my son this morning, I said, I love you and I care about you. And so I encouraged him to be a blessing to those around him, which will bless him. I said, if you are a burden to those around you, it will be a burden on you. So the 3 verses that come to mind for that, and I was telling him, Philippians 2:14, do all things without complaining or arguing, which is easier said than done. for sure. But God tells us what to do, and it benefits us. So just imagine like a well, and you're pumping it, and you get it flowing with negativity and complaining and whining. That is not something you want flowing. You want to dry that up, because it just breeds more negativity and more complaining and more of all that boo. So Philippians 2:14, Colossians 3:23, work for man. Excuse me. Oh, I do that a lot. I've done that a couple times. Work for the Lord, not for man. So as we have assignments that look like they're from this person or that person, we can rest assured that if we're experiencing it, then God is allowing us to experience it, and He will use it. Romans 8:28. He will use it for good, to further His kingdom. Again, it's such a relief to realize, my goodness. Matthew 24:16. Deny yourself, take up your cross, and follow me. These lives, if we are Christians, which means little miniature Christ, and I am in no way saying that I am any type of divine being, but to be filled with the Holy Spirit and be following Christ and be a little Christ, a little Christian, we have handed our lives over. Paul talks a lot about that. We are denying ourselves and we're following Christ. So we can take the workload that we have and be grateful for it, and realize that ultimately it's from Him. He's allowing us to experience what we're experiencing, and we don't want to go around it. We want to go right through it. Like a friend of mine she had a Post-it note on her computer. If He brought you to it, He'll bring you through it. Okay, and finally, 1 Thessalonians 5:17 and 18. Pray without ceasing. And give thanksgiving in all circumstances. So, again, I sent my 16-year-old out the door this morning, telling him all that, because bless his heart, he was up late, and then he had to get up early to go farm. And hopefully, well, we know it is. We know these assignments are temporary, and hopefully he will have somewhat of a break around the corner. But until then, I want to help him be filled with joy. And like Rick Warren taught me in A Purpose-Driven Life, one of our purposes here on earth is to enjoy what God has given us. And I learned years ago, if we're not enjoying our circumstances, we're missing the point. And we're not only missing the point, we're missing lots of life. So this video, again, is Clara and I making work fun, and how we're doing that with Post-it notes. And I'm glad to be getting so much work done. Oh my goodness, I've gotten so much work done. And instead of saying like I'm going to clean this whole room, I just picked a random number and I'm working for like 18 minutes on this room or that room, because I need my whole life in a little bit better order by Friday. I cannot have one room sparkling and every other area. I think I need every area has room for improvement, and I need to improve every area somewhat. Especially our vehicle that we drive and our kitchen that we function out of. Anyways, so that's another little thing I do. Instead of cleaning the whole room, I say I'm going to do it. I'm going to work for 18 minutes in here, or some random number, and what a difference it makes. Okay. Finally, my mealtime visual. I will add that as soon as I make it. I have not made it yet, but I've got it right here, and it's helping me so much to visualize and conceptualize my goal for my eating and my meal times. So I love you guys. Let's jump into this, and the clock is ticking. I have probably just spent most of my 20-minute break making this intro, but spending time with you guys is energizing to me, and that's great because I could use some more energy. All right, love you all. Here we go. What do you have?
I got number 3.
You got number 3 out of our little egg carton or egg bin. Jubilee, you want to draw one?
Can I do one? Can I eat those?
Okay, so number 3 for Clara is, there's 1, 2, 3. Clara, it's time for you to do that review. Okay, girl, go ahead. What do we do with these now?
We need to throw these in the trash.
Throw those in the trash.
Because the ones, we pick something out, because I do my schoolwork. That's my work. Then my mom does some of the house. And we pick these out. Mine's are blue. Hers are yellow. And we check these out. We just did one, so we can just check it out. And every line we get a break. So we just have 2 more.
And Clara's the one that drew these little lines here. She's got 17 tasks to do with work. So I've got 17 tasks to do around the house. And Clara drew these lines, and then she didn't even really think about how she was spacing them out, but I love how she spaced them, because why?
Because we got a lot of energy, and these 2 are both 5s. This is 3, and these 2 are 2s. Then we'll just have 4 more.
That's right. So right now I said, wow, girl, you spaced those breaks out good, because while we have a lot of energy, we can get 5 tasks done, and then a break, and then 5 more, and then a break, and then when we're starting to get kind of what?
Tired. We can just do 3. Then we're a little bit more tired. We can just do 2, because 2 is the least. So.
Ooh, good word. Good math word. And Clara decided that all breaks are how many minutes?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay, you ready? Go for it.
Okay.
Okay, I'll pick one. You ready?
Ooh, I got 13.
Number 13. Okay, so let's come over here and see which one.
Yeah, 13.
All right, 13. And I got Find Mary, Mary Praise Song. Praise You. And I believe it's called Shackles. I heard this song this morning, and this song, I'm going to find it on YouTube so that I can have it available, and I will put the link up underneath this video. This song, I'll go ahead and share. This song, I remember where I was when I heard this song. There is a little place called Henry's Ark near where my mom lives, and it's like Noah's Ark, except this man named Henry. And I pulled in there, and I sat in the parking lot, and I listened to this song. Take the shackles off my feet so I can dance. I'm going to praise you. I'm going to praise you. And I don't remember if I wept with joy or if I smiled with joy, but that song became my anthem for that period of my life, because at that time my first child was 1 year old, and I had just experienced a year of severe postpartum depression. And this song, Mary Mary Shackles, was it was one of many ways that God let me know that I was coming out of that wilderness. I was coming out of those dark days, and I was so happy about it. I could almost cry right now for my sweet little 24-year-old self, realizing that light was breaking through in that very, very dark tunnel. Have anything you want to add? All right, we better get to work, huh? Let's find out what task number 13 is for you. You ready? Oh, okay, all right. Task number 13, we're gonna figure it out and tackle it. So we'll put these here. I have a very easy job right now. Good, I've had a couple doozies. Okay, so I found the song I was looking for. She has an 8-minute video to watch. So I'm going to work for 8 minutes while she's working for 8 minutes so that we can stay together. I think I'll start on these dishes. Okay, I just chose Clean Out the Suburban. She got number 9. And I'm glad that it's 11:48 because I can tell I'm ready for some fuel. But even before that, I know something that will give me the mental boost that I'm after. What is it? Someone tell me. What is it, Clara? What will give me a mental boost? I give you a hint. A nap, yes. That's a good one, but I'm not going to do that right now. It's something you drink. What's the best thing to drink?
Water.
Water, that's exactly right. I'm going to drink 32 ounces of water, clean out the Suburban. Oh, we're getting a lot done. We've got a big weekend, so I want this stuff done. I'm going to drink 32 ounces of water, clean out the Suburban. We're going to have some lunch, and then it will be time for our first 20-minute break.
Yay!
Okay, you guys, I'm not kidding. That works. It really works. I just drank 32 ounces of water, and I do have a little mental boost. I can tell it's not going to last long. I'm going to need some fuel. By the way, if you ever drink 32 ounces of water at a time like I do, I don't know, it might not take that much for you, but I want you to notice it starts sending water all over your body, everywhere you need it, even thinning out your mucous membranes, and it will make your nose start to water. Someone notice that and comment down below. Tell me about your snot. Okay, so the Suburban has been cleaned out. I still got to put all this stuff away, which I will do in a hurry because it's the only thing between me and lunch. Which leads me right into my vehicle analogy. Here's my vehicle analogy. When we are working on the sanctification process as a follower of Christ or a disciple of Christ, or when we are modifying our behaviors, what we start to notice is that that's a forever process. Meaning, there's some big stuff, some glaring things that we've got going on that needs to be addressed, right? Some, like, I would call acute issues, either with our walk with Christ or with our daily life. So those are the big things in your vehicle when you start cleaning it out. When you've decided, I'm going to clean this vehicle out, sort of naively thinking, this should take, what, an hour? And it ends up taking a lifetime. So you start with the big stuff and you get it out. I just drove my Suburban up to the dumpster because I thought this is an enormous amount of trash. I picked up, okay, I grew up in the city, married into farm life, and I totally have adapted or adopted this farm. I don't know, maybe it's just our family. Maybe it's just a gross thing that we do. And I've totally embraced it, where the floorboard of your passenger seat, your passenger side, is your trash can. This bothered me when I first started dating my husband and he would like throw trash, especially because I like things neat and tidy. Which is why I had 5 kids. I thought that'll make my house neat and tidy. Just kidding. So I'd be like, we'd be on a little date or bouncing around the farm or wherever, doing whatever. And he would finish drinking something and toss it. The audacity, he would toss it up under my feet where I was sitting. And then I realized, oh, this is like the trash can and this is kind of handy. So now, I mean, huge things, tiny things. I'll open something in the wrapper, floorboard. So anyways, way more trash than I wanted coming into this house. So Clara and I just drove up to the dumpster, put it all in there. Then I had a purple basket for anything that I say we want, you know, anything else. So I just haul it all in the house. It's always great finding some treasures. Let me show you a few things that I found. A $20 thing of dog food. A very sticky dog leash. Some dirty dishes. Lots of dirty dishes, actually. Some dirty laundry. This is trash that I saved because it made me laugh and I thought you guys would get a kick out of this. So this is Mary's little, what's this thing called? A word ring. She's supposed to be learning these things. But, Mary, it looks like maybe because it's covered in goo and Sour Patch Kids, it looks to me like maybe Mary has been working harder on her candy goals than on her reading goals. Mary. Okay. Anyways, you get my point. These like really big things. What was I going to say? Hold on. I don't know. I can't think of it. I need to eat. I want to eat. Okay. So the big stuff. Those are the big, huge things in our lives that when we start to tackle them, we're making giant leaps, huge strides, but then they reveal underlying filth, underlying yuckiness, underlying stickiness. And actually, that's what I was going to say. That was one of many Sour Patch Kids that we found, and they were melted and stuck, and I convinced Claire to go in after them, but I had to give her a bunch of diaper wipes. I always keep diaper wipes in my vehicle. Anyways, so much filth up underneath the big stuff that you cannot see, and it's not time to address it yet, because it is in some ways minor, but in other ways getting down to the nitty-gritty, getting down to the real issues, getting down to the underlying issues, the underlying things going on in our lives that we haven't really had to address, because we've got these other super intense, just the squeaky wheel gets the worm. That's not right. I need to eat. What is it? The squeaky wheel. What does the squeaky wheel get? The attention? I don't know. These underlying issues are, in a lot of ways, where we can make the most difference in our lives. Because while they're not acute, and they're not intense, and they're not glaring, and they're not obvious, they are still keeping us from experiencing order and purity and freedom that Habakkuk 1:5, we cannot imagine how wonderful life can be without them. So, I have gotten to the point where I've gotten all these big things out of my vehicle. Now, if I can keep some big stuff out, that's part of this process also. Having things in place to keep this big stuff, the big, giant, glaring issues out, then I can start to work on the stickiness and the dirt and the dust and the crumbs. So anyways, let me encourage you, if I will, and this comes from a place of I am with you in this, okay? So, let me encourage you to see this as an ongoing process. Let me encourage you to take a deep breath and not think that you're going to have it all whipped here pretty soon, because what's going to happen is you're going to take care of some big stuff, and that's going to reveal the underlying issues that took some work to get to, but still need our attention. And we can do it. You can do it. By the grace of God, He will lead us through it. Was that a poem? And we want to have a good sense of humor about it. We want to move forward with a healthy perspective on things, a very objective perspective on things. Again, no worry, no shame, no guilt. Traveling alongside each other. Did I already say a good sense of humor? That's important. I don't mind saying that twice. In fact, one thing that my family, every time we clean the vehicle out, or not every time, I don't know, or maybe every time, it doesn't happen very often. As soon as it's clean and we vacuumed it, we actually took it through the car wash and then we actually vacuumed it, I always say, okay, now, from now on, no more eating in this vehicle. And then we all crack up laughing because if we didn't eat in the vehicle, we would be hungry. I actually bought a big thing from Sam's, a long time ago, a big thing of to-go boxes. Because, I mean, we got long drives, different places. My kid's school is kind of far away. We eat in that vehicle. So anyways, just like these vehicles that we're in, we can plan on using them. They're gonna age, they're gonna wear out. We wanna use them up, wear them out. When I'm 98 years old, I wanna look like it. And by the grace of God, I'll make it that long. I sure hope I do. So anyways, there's my vehicle analogy. This is an ongoing process of modifying behaviors and becoming sanctified in Christ. And it's never ending. Let's accept that. Again, a lot of what we really need to work on is not something we can even access immediately, but we'll get there. We are getting there. We are getting there. So that's all that. I'm gonna put all this away. I'm so happy to find all of these cans of puppy food. Some shaving cream. It's nice. All right, back at it. Okay, it is lunch time, and I'm so excited to eat. I'm so excited to eat, and I'm also really excited about this third public declaration because it has not been hard waiting until afternoon to eat, especially when I just took it off the table. It wasn't an option. I did not sit around kind of like hemming and hawing. Is that a phrase? I don't know. Or like the chatter just wasn't there because I knew I was not going to eat until after noon. And I've been a busy little bee with all of those tasks to complete. Here's my lunch. 4 ounces of white rice that was already measured out, 6 ounces of broccoli, 4 ounces of chicken from the Instant Pot. I just had it in there with nothing but soy sauce. 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, and 2 mandarin oranges. Again, white rice is not on my no-no list yet, and it may not ever be. I think that I binged a couple nights ago for a number of different reasons. There were lots of factors that went into that, and I'm confident that I can eat this mixed with the chicken, mixed with the broccoli, and it'll be super satiating, and I will make it all the way to dinner just fine. Okay, so Clara and I have earned a much needed 20-minute break. You ready for me to press start?
No.
Why not? Oh, you need to drink your milk. Drink that milk. All right, time to take a 20-minute break. Oh, oops. Let's see here. What are you going to do for your break?
Probably watch some TV.
Go for it, girl. Okay, so for my break, I'm going to record the intro for this video, and then I'm going to relax and reheat this decaf coffee and just sit for a bit to recharge. After the break, she'll be doing number 6. I'll be doing the dishes. Okay, so I have done the dishes, and I spent 10 minutes, actually a little extra. I was right in the middle of vacuuming. I didn't want to stop, on what we used to call it our toy room when it was covered with zillions of toys, and now we call it our pet room because it's where the dogs sleep at night, the poodles, and it's where we keep our little hamsters. Clara has 2 hamsters, and I want to show you all that room because it's one of my favorite rooms in this old house. And when I say old, I mean super old. This part of the house that I'm going to show you was built in 1829, and I'll show you. Okay, this is one of my favorite rooms in the house. That's the front door, and this house was called a dog trot. So this part of the house, these logs are 1829. Here's this room in here, and then my bedroom over there. But they're called a dog trot because this was not originally covered up. It was a breezeway. This part of the house was. So I'm standing with the front door behind me. There's where our poodles sleep at night. There's our hamster cages. I do want to show you all here. Let me show you those pretty quickly. So we have 2 hamsters, and they each have 2 totes. 1 tote for tons of bedding, and then a PVC pipe that goes through over here to this tote with everything else they could ever need. This was a lot of work. I don't ever want to do it again. It was so much work. But I cut out all of the top and the side, this side, and then that top, and then added all that chicken wire. Holy moly, a lot of work. So each hamster has a little hamster. I would call that a hamster mansion. Anyways, so this part of the house originally would not have had a ceiling, and that right there, which is the add-on, it's our kitchen and our bathroom, that would have been the backyard, and the kitchen would have been back there to keep the heat away from the house back in the day, and this would have been a breezeway to let air flow through, and again, the kitchen would have been in the back to keep all the fire and stuff away from the house. So that's why this is called a dog trot. And then the upstairs is identical to the downstairs. We have 2 boys in that bedroom, 1 boy in this little landing spot at the top of these stairs. He's really looking forward to having his own bedroom someday soon. And then the girls are in that bedroom upstairs. Great big rooms. Definitely a neat old house. 0 closets. Zero closets, which helps me get rid of clutter. And across the street is a cemetery that dates back to this time period. Okay, something sad about that cemetery. A lot of the headstones reveal that the people that were buried there were 2 years or younger, so babies, because they'd get sick and there just wasn't available what we have available nowadays to keep everyone alive for longer. So the things we take for granted, right? Modern technology and advanced healthcare. Okay, time to take a break from all of these tasks and go pick up my Mary. How was school, Mary?
Good.
How were those new sneakers?
Good. They were untying good, but Miss Eddie was tying them up for me.
Well, that's nice. All right, little treats for Clara, for Mary, for Pearl the puppy, and for me, a Gatorade Zero.
Oh, my God. I'll just take the whole thing.
Okay, we're back home from getting Mary. Let's see how many more tasks I can get done before Celebrate Recovery tonight. And, fun fact, that log right there is the only log that spans the entire length of the house. It is 52 feet long. So, doesn't that kind of make you wonder, how did they do that in 1829? How did they build this? And when did that tree start growing to be able to harvest a 52-foot log in 1829? A long time ago. Okay, so I just explained to Mary what Lent is all about, and she said that for 40 days, she wants to, what?
Not drink chocolate milk.
Give up chocolate milk. Good girl. Okay, so I'm folding laundry, listening to this playlist that I've put together. It's at the bottom of my channel. It's called From Alina and Me. Oh, you guys, Natalie Grant, My Weapon, with that choir in the background just about gives me chills. Also, I wanted to point out that when I give up YouTube or I give up YouTube videos, really what I'm giving up is TV, because I do not watch. You see that TV? By the way, I always think if these walls could talk, if these logs could talk, it's really kind of funny to live in a log home like this with flat screen TVs and Wi-Fi. Oh, how things have changed in 100 and, oh, the math. Hold on, I'm going to do the math. My house is 191 years old. In 2029, it will be So it must be 192 years old. In 2029, it'll be 200 years old. Anyways, if these logs could talk, right? When we were renovating, we found little bits and pieces of all kinds of artifacts. When we have taken the chinking out and got it down to just like Lincoln logs where you could see through it at one point in the 90s. And my husband's grandparents found little bits and pieces of like newspaper and dolls' clothing that were stuffed in the walls, probably to keep drafts out. A draft, D-R-A-F-T, not G-I-R-A-F-F-E, to keep drafts out, not giraffes. People say English is the hardest language to learn. I struggle with it. Okay, so anyways, such a great song, Natalie Grant, My Weapon. And also, when I give up YouTube videos, trust me, I'm giving up TV, because that thing, we don't even have TV. We can only watch movies, like DVD. Remember those DVD movies? And the other TV in the other room, we had AT&T come switch our service, and I have yet, this was months ago, I have yet to figure out how to, I just don't. When would I watch TV? So while I'm cooking or chopping vegetables, that's when I've got YouTube videos going. News related or stories or whatnot, comedians. It's a hodgepodge, isn't it? So again, when I give up YouTube videos, I'm giving up my form of television. But boy, am I excited to hear all this worship music and worship, which is what I'll be doing here soon at Celebrate Recovery. Okay, bonus quick tip. If you have a bunch of little kid clothes, which we do, this is all of Clara and Mary's hanging clothes. These things are great. So you can get a pack of these off Amazon. Sometimes I label them with a Sharpie marker. Other times I just leave them like they are. So this is Mary's long sleeve shirts, dresses, and coats. Clara's long sleeve shirts, dresses, and coats. And some sweaters I need to return because they are too big for me. So there's that. Again, we have no closets. So we had Mennonites down the road make us these steel bars to hang our clothes. I don't know. We got to get creative. And for the time being, I want all of my kids' clothes, my little bitty kids' clothes, right here in my bedroom at my fingertips. There's that. Also, did you know, this is a random video today. Did you know that if you write with a Sharpie marker on something that you didn't mean to write on, like a dry erase board in your classroom, hypothetically, or like one of these, you can scribble over it with dry erase marker and something happens molecularly. Something happens. The dry erase molecules bond with the permanent marker molecules and you can wipe it off. So, yay! Permanent markers. I would call them semi-permanent, depending on what they're written on. If it's a flat, shiny surface, you're okay. Okay, laundry is done. It's actually after 5. I could go ahead and eat dinner, but I'm gonna try and get a couple more things done. And I'm gonna stick this little treat in the freezer because it's an extra special treat when it's slushy. Next to a big bag of cow colostrum that my son put in here for newborn calves when they need a head start. Am I the only one with cow colostrum in their freezer? But before I accomplish any more, it's time for another water boost. Okay, so here's my bright dinner that I made the other night. I showed you guys 14 ounces of cabbage and rotel, 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, 4 ounces of kielbasa or smoked sausage, and Alina, thank you for this reminder. I'm gonna put some of that on top. Horseradish mustard, woohoo! Just imagine. Okay, this is delicious. I put that horseradish mustard on it. I put some hot sauce on it. I put some soy sauce in it. Yum. I wanted to say we still have quite a bit to do today. And this is certainly not the fastest way to get stuff done, but it really has been fun. And of course, if she needed to, she could sit down here and we do it all the time, and she just cranks it all out real quick. But that usually involves tears and me yelling. It's not fun. And she has really enjoyed having all these breaks today. And it's been fun every time she opens one up and one of these little post-it notes and figures out what she's got to do now. It all makes it all positive. But this kind of stuff does take time and energy and effort. It's worth it. It's been fun. And I've gotten a lot done, not including, I'm getting ready to do 18 minutes on our family room. And boy, does it need it. Bye. Yum, I'm fueled. Now back at it. And I can go ahead and claim victory on day 18 because I just chewed and swallowed my last bite until breakfast tomorrow morning. So here is day 18 in the box. And as always, marker. That was my magic trick. This is a variety show. As always, if you want to join us, and please do, Mom on the Move, is it you? Join us. Today's your day 1. I'm so excited for you. So we are, there's a handful of us that are doing this together, this 35-day commitment, but we are going all the way until March 12th. And we're checking in up underneath the video called I Just Binged. So join us and commit, figure out how many days that is, and commit to having that many bright days in a row. And we are shooting for the moon and landing among the stars, and we're happy to be among the stars together. So join us. We'd love to have you. Bye. Okay, change of plans. Claire's got to run through all those. I'm going to have to do these later. Celebrate Recovery starts in 48 minutes, and I'm going to get something together for my family for dinner. Okay, so here is my mealtime visual. Let me explain. And this is sort of a little rough draft because I made it in a hurry, but whatever, it'll do, and I'll probably just stick it on my refrigerator and just let it kind of help me to start to visualize my day and conceptualize what my goal is. And that's sort of new for me to even have a time frame goal at all. So 2 absolutes are no breakfast before 5 a.m. and no dinner before 5 p.m. These are my 2, like, hard and fast, set in stone, written in ink. However, you'll see down here I've got some guidelines or a little framework here. These lines mean no eating, okay? So no eating before 5 a.m. And I went ahead and put no eating before or after 10 p.m. It's just not necessary. I don't need to fuel up before I go to bed. Again, this is not up here because I could have a wild and crazy kind of afternoon or evening and have dinner at 11. I don't know. I would not put that past me. But this is, again, sort of the goal. It's an aim. I'm aiming for this. Green is go, yellow is caution, red is slow down, stop, okay? But these are my 3 windows of opportunity to eat my 3 meals. Yes, I could eat between 5 and 7 a.m., technically, but I'd rather not, so I'm just saying caution. And what I really want to do is eat as close to that as possible. So I'm just setting this up for now. I mean, these things, this is always a work, what do they call it? A living document or a work in progress? I don't know. So, 7 o'clock, I don't know, what would that be like? 7, this is a 5-hour gap and a 5-hour gap and a 5-hour time period here. So, you know, somewhere between, looks like 7 and 9, somewhere between 12 and 2, somewhere between 5 and 7. And especially if I ate at 7, then I'd want to probably go ahead and eat here and then here to keep them somewhat evenly spaced. Meal 1, meal 2, meal 3. And again, when you really start to understand that food is fuel, I'll speak for myself. I want to pace it out. I want to fuel my morning, fuel my afternoon, and fuel my evening. And there is work to be done in each of these 3 sections of the day. My mom used to say, don't take it one day at a time. That is too much. Take it one section of a day at a time. So here it is. Here's my little visual. This is kind of what I came up with. I was telling you earlier, it's kind of in my head. I'm glad to get it out on paper, and I'll probably just stick this on the refrigerator and shoot for 7, 12, and 5, or 8, 1, and 6, something in that range. Okay, so that's it, you guys. I'm talking in my mirror here. This is awkward. Okay, so it has been a great day, very productive. I'm so glad that I at least got over some inertia and had a couple breakthroughs in a couple different rooms that needed some serious attention. And I was totally having those moments where I'm telling my kids, if you cannot eat candy without putting the wrappers in the trash, you do not get candy. Anyways, my gosh, the things I was finding all over the place. So it's been a great day. I'm going to call it good. It's dark out. It's time to go to Celebrate Recovery. My husband has agreed to feed people. I'm going to leave food sitting out, chicken, broccoli, and rolls for my family, and some milk, and get myself to Celebrate Recovery. And that's it. So here are some pictures from me trying on some shoes that I would not normally try on, and embracing newness. And I appreciate you guys being on this journey with me today. It's been fun. We've gotten a lot done. And that's it. We'll talk again. Bye. Okay, so I was leaving the house and a dog was howling, and I said, I'm gonna let that dog in. I'm gonna let the dogs in. Charlie said, who are you letting in? I said, I'm gonna let the poodles in. And my husband said, she's gonna let in whoever's howling. And then he said, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. There it was. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. Earlier I was saying the squeaky wheel gets the attention. You guys have a great night. I love you dearly. We'll talk soon. Bye. P.S. Celebrate Recovery was lovely. The worship music was wonderful, and I'm going to add 2 songs below this video. So I'm going to add Mary, Mary, Shackles, and I'm going to add I Raise a Hallelujah and Graves into Gardens. And right now I'll show you some lyrics. I snuck pictures of lyrics of Graves into Gardens. I love you guys. Have a great night, and we'll talk soon. Bye.